Hi, I'm Claire Pires, and I'm the host of GLAD All Access, GLAD's video series that features interviews with newsmakers, hitmakers, and people accelerating acceptance. And this week, I interviewed Olamide Femi Makanjula, who is a Nigerian LGBT advocate who talked about the state of LGBT people in Nigeria right now. And I spoke with him because last week, NOI Polls, the Initiative for Equal Rights in Nigeria, and the BC Alimi Foundation published a poll that assessed the acceptance rate of LGBT people in Nigeria right now. Take a look.
So my first question is, what is it like to identify as LGBT in Nigeria right now?
One of the most common things that we can say is the fact that isn't friendly. The environment isn't friendly. The policy aren't friendly.
What does your organization, the Initiative for Equal Rights, do, and what do you do specifically?
So I currently work as the executive director of TIER. So we move from just HIV prevention for gay men to a broader LGBT movement. And then we also run the first and the wholly at the moment paralegal initiative for LGBT in Nigeria. 10 years ago, the Nigerian government didn't have it in their plan to provide services for gay men or any men who have sex with men. But now you have it clearly in the national strategic document. It's not just providing condom and lubricant to gay men.
Right.
It's about providing an holistic service for LGBT people.
What does Nigeria's anti-LGBT marriage law mean, and how does it affect the LGBT community in Nigeria?
That law is probably one of the most dangerous laws I've ever come across within that continent, because it's silent, it sells the agenda of marriage, but it silently, quietly criminalizes people for who they are, indirectly. It criminalizes organizations providing services for them. It's indirectly trying to shut up activists, because who they are is not just them being gay. That's a minute percentage of who they are. And they're 1,001 thing to who they are. So I want you to look at them from that angle. I want you to look at the fact that somebody has just been beaten. Don't say because they are gay you will not stand up. They've just been beaten for who they are. Stand up for that.
Nigeria seems to have a lot of influence on the rest of the continent, and I'm wondering what sort of influence this law has.
Nigeria proved, the big brother of Africa, Nigeria, proved the power, and they passed the law. And in less than a few months, we saw Uganda doing the same thing. I grew up in an environment where injustice has always been there. Now, that has always given me courage. So when the issue of LGBT started to be something that we needed to speak about, I didn't find it hard to speak up on anything. And that is why I will speak up on everything and anything that's, suppress people indirectly, whether from the law angle or from the angle of the people itself. I want the spotlight to be on the fact that yesterday a gay man was just beaten. Somebody down the street felt that the way that guy was working, it shouldn't be working like that.
My last question is, what do you hope to see for LGBT people in Nigeria going forward?
Going forward, I think that I want to wake up, and I think it's a dream. I'm not sure when that is going to happen, but one day I want to wake up and say that people will be who they are, regardless of what people think.